Hello, my name is Dr. Hamish Runciman and I am a lecturer at the Undergraduate Medical School, or UMS, and I'm going to be presenting a model for Student Selected Components, or SSEs, in Artificial Intelligence AI, design of an AI tools for real-world application. So as a quick overview, I'm going to provide some context for SSEs in undergraduate medicine, some AI in healthcare background, some SSE design, including the staff survey and findings that I undertook, as well as the block structure and how this is a good example of learning through assessment. I'll talk about the challenges of scaling up the delivery of this SSE due to a curriculum transformation that's coming up as well in the medical school. So the UMS has about 1,200 students across MBCHB 1 through 5. And it is regulated by the GMC, the General Medical Council. They stipulate that some aspect of the medical degree has to be student selected, and this comes in the form of 5-week SSEs in MBCHB 2, 3 and 4. So MBCHB 3 and 4, those students rotate through clinical placements and one SSE block asynchronously. So one part of this year will be doing clinical placements, the other might be doing SSEs. However, for MBCHB 2 SSEs, which I'll refer to as SSEs for the rest of this talk, and which I'll focus on here, they're undertaken by the entire cohort, which is about 400 students, and they take them all at the same time, which is the first 5 weeks of semester 2. So SSEs are hosted in small groups that vary from 4 to 30 students and have various different topics throughout, one of which is AI in healthcare. So students will graduate into an AI assisted workplace, and this is not unique to medicine, and this will apply to many disciplines across the board. So recent medical schools council guidance recommends AI and data science teaching for undergraduate medical students. But the question for us is, what aspects of AI to teach our undergraduates? Is it computer or data science relating to AI? Is it AI for education and how it can be used to study? Or the actual real world application of AI in healthcare? To investigate this, I surveyed undergraduate medical school staff, and some of the findings are as follows. So I used a mixed methods online questionnaire with both Likert and open text answer questions. There's a mixture of academic and clinical staff across different levels of experience with AI, and there's about 19 respondents from about 400 that were available in the medical school. So from these 19, they rated the importance of teaching medical students AI in medical practice, that is the application of AI in healthcare, as a 4.4 out of 5, which is very high indeed. From the open text questions, I used thematic analysis to construct the following themes using interpretist epistemology, and I found that these themes were current and potential use cases of AI, the limitations in human review, the governance of AI, and the caution and uncertainty of use of AI, as demonstrated by this little word cloud here. Some of the quotes from the staff members were how AI is already used and how is it being researched and developed, the limitations of AI and why care must be taken, the regulation, potential uses and safety, as well as pitfalls in using AI alone. Now this survey was really useful in helping me design an SSE block and what content should go into it. So the approach I took was to make the central theme of the SSE the design of an AI tool by the students on a specific healthcare issue of their choosing. So the ILOs are as follows down here. It's just general describe AI. Then we've got how is it used in this discipline, the ethical implications of this, and then the justification of the AI tool in healthcare. And like I say, these have interdisciplinary transferability. So there's very broad AI-based ILOs, but then also this use case based learning and teaching that different disciplines will be able to use this model to bring in this kind of appreciation from the students. So it's also an example of learning through assessment. So the assessment of this SSE was a 2,000-word essay detailing their use case design for the students, and also a 10-minute individual presentation of their design of their use case. And this, of course, encourages student-led learning, the understanding of current real-world applications that they can use to justify their design, but also the consideration of the ethical issues, and that encapsulates those responses from the survey that I did. The SSE itself was delivered supported with a massive open online course, or MOOC, and I put this together alongside Miss Lauren Dogood, who was a graduate teaching assistant in anatomy, and Dr. Rania Varsu, who's a senior lecturer in anatomy, as well as all of the contributors listed on the screen, and University of Glasgow staff are able to access this MOOC for free. So the structure followed that of the MOOC in the first few weeks using this blended learning approach. So there was in-person and online components throughout. So the in-person components first was a basics of AI tutorial, and this was early in the week, and then this introduced a formative task, which in week 1 is choose your healthcare issue. And then we would come back for a Friday feedback session, which the students then discussed each other, their own healthcare issues, their own choices, and this was used to essentially structure the week, the tutorial followed by the feedback. So then week number 2 was real world use cases, and this again was supported with online content via the MOOC, and then a use case tutorial where they then had to think about the specific AI tool that they might have seen in the literature, and then come back and discuss this and justify this on the Friday. And the same model again with the MOOC supporting the online content and the tutorials, and the Friday feedback session bringing the ethics of the use case in this scenario. This was followed by presentation skills week, essentially practice presentations, but also one-to-one essay feedback in week 4, followed by their assessment week, which was the assessed presentations and then their essay hand-in. Speaking of the essay, this is an example of learning through assessment. So assessment design supported student choice and this idea of real-world application. And students often chose healthcare issues as their topic that are underrepresented in medicine or society, or it might be personal to them. So it was very student-led, very student-motivated. So the 2,000-word essay was again structured as following the weeks for each theme. So describe their healthcare issue, back up their AI tool choice with use of research or literature, and then discuss the ethical issues surrounding it, and these might be really broad like climate change to very narrow like the data use or the privacy of such a tool. And then these drafts were also looked over on a one-to-one basis, and feedback was given to all students before their final essay submission. There's a plan now to scale up the SSE as part of a wider MBCHP curriculum transformation. So I've had the staff survey which informed the design of the SSE. I've delivered it in 2005 and 2006, and I've since got feedback and evaluation from students that rated the essay and the presentation as the most useful aspects of the SSE for their learning. I'll now scale up the SSE so that week 1 will deliver to the entire MBCHP2 cohort, before weeks 2 to 5 being delivered for about 30 students as they select their own theme. This will have certain challenges, such as keeping week 1 broad whilst clear for those choosing the AI and healthcare theme, and the formative feedback and marking of 30 student essays, meaning that poster presentations may replace those essays. I'll also have to maintain the personalised design of the real world AI tool throughout, which will be a particular challenge. So thank you very much for listening, and thanks to all of those people on the screen. Please get in touch, and I'm happy to take any questions.